Hello, loves. I'm Shalon from Soulfilled Beauty, and we're going to pull some oracle cards today. I'm pulling out my Goddess Oracle card deck, okay? I was grabbing cards to record, and I was like, and it's always like, I don't know why I always hear the goddesses want to come out to play, which is funny because we were just talking about play yesterday, so they want to play too. And I just saw 2-2 on my timer, which is all about balance, inner harmony, inner oneness, which is interesting because it's all about twos, but it's the divine feminine, divine masculine energy within us. Okay, finding balance within those. All right, and to support one another is what is coming through right now. All right. Okay. What a beautiful goddess has a message for us today. Okay. Not the first one, the second one. Hecate. I love Hecate. She is powerful and I work with her a lot. Number 20, so that is another 2. It actually breaks down to a 2. Okay, so what have we been talking about? Inner balance, inner harmony. Hecate, it says the in-between, which I was talking about the other day, how we are in the void right now. We're in the in-between where things are not quite, things are no longer what they were. They never will be again, but they're not quite where we're at yet, where we want to be, right? And so in that time, we take time to nurture ourselves, okay, to find our inner balance, to find our inner harmony, right? So 20, we're going to read and see what message, what else she has to say for us today. You're standing in the liminal spaces between what was and what will be. How about that? Who you have been and who you are becoming, okay? So who are you becoming? Who do you want to become? I had a conversation with my client the other day because she saw herself as the same person she was growing up her whole life, okay? She identified with that version of herself, all right? And I said to her, I'm like, who would you be without it? And she was like, I don't know. I'm like, who do you want to be? Right? And you can decide. You can decide whoever that is. Right? It's just a matter of letting go of those past versions of yourself and then choosing who this new version of yourself that you want to be. And this is actually what we worked with and through in Self-Love Queen Academy, and releasing any of the limiting beliefs and negative mindset and whatever else that is keeping you from actually stepping up into this stronger, more empowered version of yourself that you're wanting to be. All right. So the goddess, the Greek goddess of crossroads, all right? It's about making choices, okay? The Greek goddess of crossroads and the in-between, Hecate, welcomes you to her domain and reminds you that neither place is your home. You're being tasked to carefully choose the direction of your thoughts, feelings, and actions, okay? Where have you been focusing your attention? Is it serving you? Okay? Where do we need to make a shift? Okay, are you being hard on yourself? Are you belittling, berating, whatever yourself? What is your negative talk right now? Because that needs to be shifted for you, all right? Now is not the time for hasty action or stubbornness, okay? But a fierce self-inventory, okay? Taking inventory about where you're spending your time and attention, like I said, what your negative self-talk is, what limiting beliefs you're holding on to, all those things. But a fierce, okay, bless the past for what it has provided, okay? Thanking the past for what it served us, okay? It got us to this point, okay? So we need to honor that, because otherwise we wouldn't be the person we are now without it, all right? Oh gosh, I lose my spot all the time. Release all attachments to the stories of what was. Okay, now is the time to understand the responsibilities required of you as you move forward into a new version of yourself that is as yet unformed. Okay. The habits, all of that kind of stuff that you used to do are not going to help serve you in this next version of yourself, depending on whatever it is that you're working towards. Okay. Who do you want to become? Okay. What kind of life are you preparing to live, and how will you wisely yield your power to co-create a new world beneficial for others, not just yourself? You have the magic of Hecate pulsing through you and calling to you to answer. Okay. Say yes and step into the unknown to discover what is not yet manifested. As soon as you do, the goddess Hecate will bring her eternal torch to light your way. So make it a choice. Where do you want to be called to? Okay. And then the path will appear. There are times when you find yourself stuck between worlds, unable to go back to the way things were, and afraid to move forward without knowing what you're facing. Okay. So fear of the unknown, releasing and letting go of fear of the unknown. This indecision can be crippling, but you can't stay forever in the in-between. The goddess Hecate offers you a sacred alignment task. Make a move. One little move, okay? That's all it requires, doing one little thing different. It doesn't matter if you stumble or fall. After all, you can always course correct, okay? Pivot. That if you haven't been watching my videos, I don't even know if I've talked about it yet, but my word for the year is pivot, right? There is no wrong choices. Okay. You just make a choice. Okay. And if it doesn't serve you or whatever, then you just pivot. You just make another choice, and that's okay. That's how we find our path. That's how we learn. That's how we grow. All right. Bring love to the part of you that is afraid and that has lost faith. This is lots of like inner child healing that is going to need to take place. All right. Most likely. And that's something else that we touch base on in Self-Love Queen Academy. Okay. That's a lot that I do with my clients, is the inner child wound healing. Okay. Consider as you move forward through life the sacred challenge of trusting the magic and that makes this world and your part in it sing with meaning. Okay. Don't be afraid to step into the dark. The goddess Hecate will raise her torch and show you the way out. Okay. So, making a choice. All right. Where was I going with that? Making a choice, but surrendering what the outcome is going to be. Okay. Releasing the control, and allowing the universe to show you and guide you as well. Okay. One of my favorite quote affirmations, I guess, is I stand back and allow the universe to make magic. Okay. And when you release the resistance, when you release the control, when you give that over to the universe, when you surrender, then the universe is allowed to step in and make magic for you. But it can't do that unless you give it permission. Okay. I think we talked about this in a past video too, about asking for help from our guides and angels and beings and whatever else. Okay. But it's about getting out of your own way and calling in and asking for help and allowing the universe to deliver that to you without actually controlling the outcome. Okay. We want to take action, but releasing control. Setting intentions as well. You're allowed to set intentions. Okay. And just because it didn't work, this is one thing that I've really learned. Okay. And this is why I decided to launch Self-Love Queen Academy again. Okay. Because I've ran it before and it was amazing. Okay. And the women had such amazing things to say about it, and took great strides, I guess is what I'm trying to say, in their experience. However, sometimes we launch things, sometimes we do things, sometimes whatever, and it's not the right timing. Okay. This is about trusting in divine timing. And at the end of 2024, it was like, you need to launch Self-Love Queen Academy again, because the timing is more right. We've shifted into this age of Aquarius and everything too, right? So maybe some of the creations or whatever it is that you were working on were not producing the results that you wanted, but sometimes we're ready, but other people aren't, or vice versa, or whatever else. Okay. So anyway, thank you. If you want to work with me, I have all of the ways that you can do that in the description below. Other than that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Take care.